It talks about in the Bible when David and his troops was gone, he came back and the city was sacked and everything was taken, and wives, children, and everything. And people, everyone turned on him, even his friends and stuff. They turned on him and blamed him, and they was gonna get him. And preachers wrongly say that it was David's fault because he shouldn't have left. Well, David did what he thought was right at the time, and he had to go. Him and his troops had to go, but they was sent back. So David didn't do anything wrong by not being there, and but the people blamed him, and he had to go encourage himself in the Lord, and because nobody encouraged him. Nobody was there to encourage him. His friends and fellow people, you know, uh, they just wasn't there for him. They turned on him, so he had to go encourage himself. And how many times, sometimes, you feel like everybody's coming against you, and you feel like you don't have anybody by your side, your family and your friends, that they turned on you, and they should be there for you, but they're not, and they want to get you. Well, sometimes nobody's going to be there to encourage you and to acknowledge you. You got to encourage yourself in the Lord, because it said David went and encouraged himself in the Lord. So that's really something to think about, because sometimes you go through things where you don't get the encouragement that you should get and that you need to succeed. Uh, everybody's coming against you and blaming you, and I know everybody's reached those times where you don't feel very encouraged. And he just go off by yourself and encourage yourself in the Lord. Amen. And and if David didn't do that, he wouldn't have recovered everything that he had, and recover everything that everybody else had. So that's something to think about. I just wanted to do this quick message, and thank you, Jordy Ray Miller, for that, and for that comment. And we need to think about this, and because it's easy to go off and just give up. David could have, he should have given up. I don't know, but he didn't. He went off and encouraged himself in the Lord, and it's easy to point fingers. And if you ever see somebody going through a rough time, think about it. Don't point your finger at them. Try to encourage them, and it'll make it easier for them to make it. Amen. And thank you for the good comment, Jordy.